Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to do a little demonstration on a drugstore foundation that I found. It is said to be a hydrating velvet. It is made by Maybelline. I did pick a couple of things up at the grocery store. You can find these at Target and drugstores, but I first wanted to talk to you about something else. I just did my video, if you haven't seen it yet, I did a video on having gray or white roots and this little product called Style Edit, that in between your hair colorings you can actually tap this on your roots and it takes your grays away. Many of you have the question, a couple of questions for me. One, does it run when getting wet? This company is associated with Bobbi Brown. So it actually used, that's what makes it so different from other products that you see. It actually was created using eyeshadow pigments. So it is said to stay on your hair until you wash it. I did wear it all day that day. I do have hot flashes. I had no running down my forehead or anything like that. So I think the company says you're pretty safe to be wearing it out and about and not to have to worry about if you get caught in the rain, it's going to be like a bad movie. You know how we always see the men who have put shoe polish on their face and it's running down on their head. All right, well, many of you also asked if there was one that was for bleach blondes who have dark roots to grow. So I went back to the store and I asked my girl, and yes, it does. Okay, so it comes in 3 shades. This one here is the light blonde. I actually bought this for Lisa D1. I'm going to send it to her and hopefully she'll be able to use it on her roots and let us know. She's the only person I really know that has a bleach blonde bombshell kind of look with darker roots, so I decided that I would go ahead and get this and send it to her. And I got the light blonde for her. It does come in a medium blonde and a golden blonde, and it is Blonde Perfection Root Touch-Up for Blondes, binding powder for precise dark root coverage. So this is what it looks like, exactly like the package I have. You open it up and you have the shadow right there. I'm not going to touch this because I'm sending it to Lisa, but this is the light blonde. And I'm not even sure if it's the right one for her. It's just that I see her through videos just like you, and she seems to have pretty blonde hair, so I went with that. And then of course it has the sponge applicator just like mine. So I'll go ahead and send it along to her, and maybe somewhere down the road she'll give it a try and let us know if it works. Of course I'm kind of putting her on the spot, but many of you wanted to know, and there's no way for me to demonstrate that for you because I have white hair that grows in, so I'll send that off to her. Next thing, I went into the, well, this was actually in my grocery store and Target. I saw some wipes and I saw that Cerave has a new wipe out. And it is a makeup removing cleanser cloth. Now you all know, well, some of you know, I'm not really into cleansing cloths. I'd rather wash my face and use other things to remove my makeup and so on. But anyway, many like to use wipes. I know the popular ones are the Neutrogena and the Costco wipes, but I thought since Cerave is also a very popular cleansing line, I would go ahead and get these. And it says they are ultra gentle, gently removes dirt, oil, even waterproof mascara. So I think what I'll do is at the end of the video, after I demonstrate this foundation, I'll go ahead and use these wipes to see how well they take off just the foundation. Anyway, this one comes with 25 pre-moistened towelettes, and I was reading the ingredients, and the first one is water, of course. The second is mineral oil, but I'm not afraid of mineral oil. I don't have a sensitivity to them, and for those that think mineral oil is so bad, the molecules are really too large to go anywhere. They're just being used for slip and moisture. But anyway, the third ingredient is ceramide 1, ceramide 3, ceramide 6, and hyaluronic acid. So I thought, okay, I'll give these a try and let you all know, because these ran $8.99, and I kind of think that $8.99 for a wipe in the drugstore is a little pricey. So we'll see how they work. All right, so I got the Garnier Clean Soothing Makeup Removing Cleansing Towelettes. These are made with plant extracts, and we'll give them a try at the end of the video after I've done the foundations. Now the foundation that I'm going to show you is new by Maybelline, and the only reason I picked it up is because it says hydrating. So this is the Dream Velvet, and another reason I picked it up is because on YouTube I have seen no one over 40 demonstrate this. It's all been 40 and under, younger people whose skin is very different from that of a woman my age, 56. I have very dry skin. I have lines on my face. And to be honest, when we start using too many matte products or velvety looking products, which they compare to being matte, it's aging on us. So I thought I would go ahead and give this a try. Now I will say this runs about $11 and you can get this in all drugstores. Most grocery stores that carry Maybelline will also have it. The packaging is horrible as far as picking out your color. And there are only 12 colors to this line. It is a hydrating velvet matte finish. They use words like mousse, like feel, that kind of thing, gel mousse, very velvety, smooth. It is a medium finish foundation, that's what it says, 12 colors. I had to buy 2 colors because I had no idea if either one of these would work for me. So I thought I would go ahead and give them a try. And they are supposed to last with hydrating benefits for 12 hours, because I know that that is something that's very important to many women, that they get at least 10-hour wear out of their foundation. So again, $11 in drugstores, velvet matte finish. It also comes with its own little applicator that looks like a little mushroom. It's very different from the Beauty Blender. It's very dense. And I thought what I would do is on one side I'll use their blender, and on the other side I'm going to use the Beauty Blender. I'm also going to, on one side of my face, I am going to put a primer. This is a smoothing primer. I'll do it on the right side of my face, and on the left side I will put no primer on. The only thing I have on my face is moisturizer, and it's actually moisturizer from a couple hours ago. So anyway, I will go ahead and put the primer on the right side, and then we'll use one of the colors on the right side, and then we'll use the other color on the left side. And I will try to zoom in a little so that you can really see the finish, all right? So it says you can dampen this little mushroom stump that they give you. So I'm just gonna spray some water on it lightly. And get it so it's wet. And then on the right side of my face, I'm going to take my Makeup Forever Step 1 Smoothing Primer. This actually comes out with just a little bit of a flesh tone, but it doesn't really leave any color on you. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this all on the right side of my face. It does feel wonderful, this primer. And it has a beautiful flip, and it does feel very, very smooth, okay? So there's that. All right, on the right side of my face, we are gonna go ahead and we are gonna use number 60, which is called Sandy Beige. And because this is so thick, it says that it's a very thick like mousse, I'm gonna start out with a little less. And this color looks like it's okay. So it gives you instructions on how to use this little mushroom stump. It almost looks like the Ace of Spades too on the cards. Okay, anyway, it says to work in circular motions, and when you get around the nose, that's when you use the tip. So I'm just going to put a little here, and a little here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and start in circular motions applying this. It feels very creamy when it goes on. Okay, and then I'm going to go right out to the edge, pull my hair back, and just get all of that blended down and go down my nose. And then I'm going to go right over my eyes with it so we can see, because some women don't like to wear all kinds of concealer and such. So we'll just do that underneath the eye. And along the nose. Okay? I have to blend a little more in the mirror. I can't. You got to really get in there around that nose area. And it says not to pounce, you use swirling. So that's what I did. All right, so that is the finish of that. And then after I apply the other one, I will zoom in so you can see. Okay, so that was the Sandy Beige. Now I'm going to use the 75, which is called natural beige. Okay, I have a feeling that I might like this one a little bit better. My nose is very dry around. In the winter it gets very dry. I do use, what do I use around my nose? Lanolin. Yeah, it usually helps. All right, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to use the Beauty Blender. So let me just spray my Beauty Blender. The texture of this sponge is much more dense. It's firm. It doesn't explode up like the Beauty Blender does. And I'm just using a damp Beauty Blender right now. Okay, so, and that's if you want it to be a little more concentrated, you could just use it dry and then it will give you more coverage. It feels like nothing on the skin right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of this natural beige on here. Okay, and I'm going to use the Beauty Blender the same way they say to use their little blender. And I will put a dab here, and a dab down here, and a dab on my nose. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend all that down. I'm keeping my pressure kind of light because something tells me if you're too aggressive with this, you may get pilling like a sweater because of its thick, smooth finish. It reminds me of a sample that I got one time of the Tarte BB cream, its thickness and the way it feels. But like I said, they use mousse and gel-like, velvety feel to it. Medium coverage. Let me make sure I have it all worked in, and I do. We're going to go around the eye area, and then on the forehead, make sure it's all blended in. All right. Might as well do it over the lips too. Okay, so there we are, the finished look. Now let me zoom the camera. I have to put my glasses on. I'll try to even zoom in closer. But anyway, there is the finish of the foundation. It gives good coverage. It feels like absolutely nothing on the skin. And this is the natural beige. Their color is very different. I think I would wear the natural beige myself. Okay, so let me see if I can zoom in even closer. So there is the finish of it on my face. It does dry down beautifully. Let me look in the mirror so I can see. You know, it has a very matte finish, but it still has a glow. But I'm going to tell you what I am seeing that I don't see in most foundations that I wear. Every little divot in my face, I feel, is accentuated. Maybe I will, at the end, insert some other pictures. I made myself wonder about this, so now I'm going to go ahead and try it for you. I'm just going to apply a blush over it because I want to see what it does. Let me just get my blush brush here. I'm just using the Bobbi Brown blush brush, and I'm just going to grab any color that I have here from, these are all my MAC blushes. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this one because it's not about the blush. And apply it so we can see. Okay. Now let me look closer so I can see if that went on very smooth. Yes, it did. It went on very smooth with absolutely no catching or dragging. Really, it's beautiful for that. But I will say, and this is my honest opinion, if you like a matte velvety look, you are going to like this foundation. For me, even though there is a nice glow to it, I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. All right, first let me just say, there is a beautiful glow to it. It's very lightweight on the skin. It doesn't feel dry like a lot of them will. I do think there is a little bit of accentuation of flaws on the face when wearing this. Now I'm going to zoom back in because I want you to see what's happened on this side of the cheek. I think if you look through here, you can see that it has accentuated any dry skin that I have right through the cheek area. This side with the Beauty Blender applied much nicer. So I'm thinking that the Beauty Blender gives you a much better application than their little mushroom stump, which is called the blender. Okay, so if you like this look and you want a really nice finish, I think the way to go is the Beauty Blender with it, okay? So that is, oh, well, that's the application of the foundation. So now let's remove them with the wipes. And I'll start with the Cerave since that is the new one. And I'm not a wipe person, so I cannot compare it to the most popular ones that people use, Neutrogena and the Costco brand. They are a very nice size. They are very moist. They have no smell at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put it between my fingers and I'm going to wrap it around because this is what I used to do when I was doing facials, okay? So we are just going to go ahead and wipe all this off. So we can see how well it works. Alrighty, did a really good job. It's very easy on the skin. I have slight tingling from it. Just a slight. It doesn't have any perfume in it, so. Oh, I got a little bit of burning. A little bit of burning sensation. Pretty good. It removed all of the makeup off of my face. I'm going to take a clean area and go over it again just to see what is left after going through. So that's that area. So they did leave some makeup behind, but I think most people, I have to be very honest with you right now. My skin is really burning. It's burning with this. So I will just fan it down, but I did get some burning with this. So if you have super sensitive skin, my skin feels very warm right now. Anyway, I wouldn't use these wipes anyway because I'm not a wipe girl. But it did remove, but I think most people that use wipes, they use it as their first step of taking their makeup off, okay? All right, so let's move on to the Garnier. I still have the burning going on in my face, but that could just be me. Could just be me. If anybody is using the Cerave, which are, I don't know if I mentioned, these are $8 for this little pack. If anybody is using the Cerave, please put underneath your experience with them. Did you feel any of this burning that I'm feeling? And if not, please tell us what type of skin you have. Also for the foundation. If you're using the foundation, let us know below what type of skin you have. Did you get the 12-hour wear? Did it feel hydrated all day? Really put it down there because remember, I'm only one person with very dry skin. Okay, so here's the Garnier Wipe. And these are not new, it's just a new package. It's a fairly decent size. It is smaller than the Cerave wipe, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap it around and see if it takes all of that foundation off. I have a little wound on my hand and a little wound over here. My girl, we play rough. She scratched me good. She got me right in the eye over here, but she got me inside my lip the other day. Oh, but I can't yell at her because she's playing with me. I bring it on, all right? So let me go ahead and get up underneath. I don't have the burning that I had on the other side. Okay, did a really good job at removing the foundation. Very good job. Now let me take a clean side and see how much residue is left over. Just so you can get an idea of how well it is cleaning. Okay, there was still quite a bit left on there that came off. Okay, so there is that. The burning has completely stopped on this side. So I don't know what it is. Like I said, if any of you are using any of the products that I just demonstrated, if you have different results with them, please share it with us below. If you are going to go ahead and get this because you find it perfect for what you're looking for, I would suggest using it with the Real Techniques sponge or the Beauty Blender, because this one here I don't think gave as nice an application. Perhaps that's why you could see some of the breakthrough that came through right here in the dry skin, where here it was much smoother. All right, so that is my experience, my first impression. with the Maybelline Dream Velvet. I think that's what it's called. I hope I didn't just give it a new name. Let me see. Yes, the Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. Again, it only comes in 12 colors, and I think you should probably get 2 and find the one that works right for you. But you know, they have quite a few ivory also. That was what was left at my grocery store. They were sold out. I had to go to Target to find those. And again, the wipes, if you've been using those. And I will say that the Makeup Step 1 smoothing primer is very nice, okay? And the makeup did not seem or feel any different from the primer side to the no primer side, all right? All right, thank you for stopping by. Hope you're all having a great day. Don't forget, subscribe. You know why. We're anti-aging. Go out in the world, be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable, because I love you all. Bisous.